You guys understand that Democrats hate ICE because they're deporting all of their illegal voter base. Like, this has nothing to do with racism. This has nothing to do with brown people, you guys.
They come in defense of these crazy behind people that they're probably paying, who's getting paid to act like an ass. Yeah, but you know that the Democrat logo is an ass. It's a donkey. Yeah, their logo is an ass. So you can't expect nothing less but an ass.
Yeah.
Day,
Okay. I didn't expect that. Okay, so we are back for another beautiful video. The title is Americans Reject Radical Leftist Voter Betrayal. So we are going to, this is actually the final stand against illegal criminals. It's going crazy. Okay, I didn't expect that, but hey, let go. If you're new on this channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Easier and easier not to feel sorry for y'all, I know what happened with old boy in Minnesota. He had a gun on him, but like I said, bro, y'all out here defending pedophiles, rapists, and all that shit. So as of right now, I could really care less about what happened to any of y'all liberals, you feel me? I feel like if y'all want to risk y'all life for illegals and rapists and sex offenders that don't give a fuck about you, then why would we care that you're risking your life? So yeah, Buddy got exactly what he fucking deserved. This is what he wanted. He woke up in the morning that morning and said, let me go see how I can find a way to get unalived by ICE. Let me go. My illegal immigrants are more important than my own life. Those was his words. I'm just saying.
I don't comprehend these people, bro.
Understand this.
Yes, come on.
I'm a black man in America, right?
Me too.
I walk around with a 19 on my hip, a cig in my glove compartment, and an AR-15 in my 2020 Honda Accord daily, right?
Okay.
And you know what I don't do?
What?
With those things? I don't go and impede law enforcement carrying out their duties. You know what I do? I mind my business. That's all I do. I go out there, I drink water, I get money, and I mind my business. You know my favorite saying, right? And for some reason, I'm able to survive. Every single day, I'm able to come home, run my kids a bath, tuck them in, and continue to do my thing. No harm comes to me, no harm comes to my family. I also have a 12-gauge pump. Away from the kids, of course, because, you got to be a responsible pew-pew owner, okay? And no harm comes to me and my family because I mind my business. There it is. I let the law do the law things. If I have beef, I petition my lawmakers. I don't go and take it out on law enforcement who are also citizens and Americans like me. And for some,
actually, what I noticed, real guys, chill guys who own, pew pew, as you say, they're actually the most chill guy ever. Actually, the people that actually stand on their business, bro, they're the most chill. You won't even, they don't even say that they have them. Like, this guy looks like a chill guy. Like, you actually can have a conversation with him, being like is really friendly to me, but you will never notice. Try to play him, bro. He will delete you straight up. Try to play with his family. He will delete you. No, like, but only people that, blah, 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 blah. You're gonna fight and all that stuff. Too much going on. You know what I mean?
reason, I'm still here.
Yeah, I don't know what is up with people putting their lives on the line to protect illegal immigrants. It makes absolutely no sense. These people would never do the same thing if the roles were reversed. It really is a sad thing to see people throw their lives away. Who knows how much life these people would have had to live and all the things they could have accomplished if they would have minded their business and kept trying to accomplish goals, keep moving forward, put all this stuff to the side, And
Sir, there is no putting things to the side. Here's the reason. Okay, we are already living a crisis. Some people are. I watched the video. Allegedly, I don't know if it's air or not, but the governor telling to people, "Hey, you go and fight because we don't want these people in our state."
There's a lesson in that.
You know what I find kind of interesting?
Yes.
ICE just left Louisiana. They were there on a 30-day mission, whatever you call it, their job. They did what they went to do. They got their guys. They did their search warrants. They did all that. There was no protest. There was no major fatalities. There was one incident that was taken care of. You want to know what the difference is between Louisiana and Minnesota?
What?
They don't have Fry Trap and Tampon Tim.
she's exactly right. They don't have a governor and a mayor that are speaking rhetoric that would cause people to want to act out and insinuate violence. It is absolutely ridiculous what Tim Walz is doing.
Throwing all this crazy rhetoric out there about things that aren't true just because they want to line their pockets with our taxpayers' money. So maybe I'll think about that one.
Well, absolutely don't let this fool you, and don't let this distract you from the billions and billions and billions of dollars in fraud.
Billions of dollars have been
President
stolen.
Trump said there could be up to $100 billion in fraud.
No, correct. No, I'm not saying correct to the number, but correct that it's not only Minnesota. We have Maine that need to. Maine is under investigation right now, man. I've seen people protesting already. Oh, we don't want them, and I can tell. My people, it's only blue state. I haven't seen major problems here in Florida. Yes, I react to a video, I think yesterday. It's only like where? In St. Petersburg, just a few people, old people, they don't understand anything about politics. They've been here forever, growing up here, but it's like that. Just why? What happened? Well, we watched the news. So the news. All everything is just the news. They're being fed by the news. So we understand that those people, they're just old. They are ready to receive by God. But I'm not talking about that. Glory be to God for them. But listen to this, man. These governors, man, they know what they're doing. So they want this to happen so they can remove us from the reality, from actually what's going on. They're supposed to be in front of the court and respond to those answers. But hey,
Minnesota alone, that is a big problem, man. That is a huge problem. That is $1 billion problem.
I know it doesn't take much thought for me. I have a little bit of common sense, but
coincidence that deportations are happening all across the country, but it's only in Minnesota where we see this level of chaos. Is it also a coincidence that it's the same state, same leadership that has this massive fraud scandal?
yep.
It's not.
Why are we seeing this type
The same one in 2020, more than $250 million fraud.
of in other cities and states?
Exactly.
Okay, what's the common denominator? It's leadership, right? You see Jacob Fry, you see Tim Walz. They keep going out, and what are they telling their base? Go out there, follow ICE, obstruct, record them, use your bodies, use your cars, whatever you need to do, stop them. Jacob Fry said, get the F out, ICE. So why don't they want immigration enforced there? You have to ask these very pertinent, simple questions. Like, why don't they want ICE there? This is even prior to the situation with Renee Good.
And actually, it's more than just their voter base, because we know that Democratic cities are doing their best to have illegals be part of their voter bloc. But if you look at Minnesota, it's a lot deeper than that. The fraud is out of control. And I believe that Tim Walz and Jacob Fry are doing their best to distract the American people from seeing all of the fraud that has been exposed by Nick Shirley. But unfortunately for them, it's all going to come to the light whether they like it or not.
What else don't we know? That's only like a iceberg, like the surface of the iceberg. What else don't we know that it's actually covered by so many things, different department, different field, different stuff? I know medical is one of the biggest, but what else don't we know? So we need to figure that out.
They know that the chaos is going to ensue anytime you direct citizens to go and obstruct federal law enforcement, which, by the way, they're also saying that they're not actually law enforcement. That's another lie they're telling their base, to embolden them to go against these regular guys who aren't quote unquote federal agents, right? It's to cause confusion and embolden, give their base a sense of entitlement. They think they're doing something righteous. And so they go out, they create all this chaos. And then, of course, with this level of chaos, something's going to go wrong, as it did today. And guess what? What are they going to say? See, look, and now Jacob Fry and Tim Walz have instantly gone to their social media to say, okay, President Trump, you see what's happening? We need you to get rid of ICE. We need you to stop the operations and pull out. That's the goal.
Yes.
That's what they wanted all along. Why? Because they don't want ICE deporting their new voter base. They need them. You know why they need them? Take a guess. Why is Jacob Fry dancing around waving a Somali flag and speaking in Somalian, and Minnesota officials are wearing hijabs even though they're Catholic?
That's ridiculous.
I'll never forget when I saw Jacob Fry doing his best to speak whatever the Somali language is. He got on the microphone and said, Doka Magalada, Homina Chabada, Labada. I said, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. There's no way the mayor is assimilating to Somali culture instead of the Somalis assimilating to American culture. Get it together.
Why? None of this is coincidence. They need to keep the illegals here. And so they have rallied their base for their own political gain. And they're hoping that it'll turn the public so far against ICE that they'll get what they want, which is to have ICE removed so that they can allow the criminality to continue, because allegedly they're implicated and included in that. Yeah. That's the real tea.
In places like Minneapolis, where you're seeing civilians being shot by ICE officers, you're not seeing this sort of thing in places like Florida. Because in Minneapolis, you have...
No, I live in Florida, and the only thing that... Actually, the only protest was in St. Petersburg, 3 hours from here. And I was surprised. And actually, it was like 3 people, 4 people. I'm like, oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Radicalized population of Disney-brained adults who think that they're in a movie. They literally think they're like superheroes resisting tyranny in a movie. So they show up to protest armed, and intentionally intervene and agitate federal law enforcement activities. And it's like, these people think that this is what the Second Amendment's for. It's for resisting tyranny. You are not resisting tyranny by resisting the enforcement of federal law that people voted for, by the way. Trump ran on enforcing our immigration laws. Just because your radicalized population in Minneapolis didn't vote for those laws doesn't mean that they cease to be federal law.
He's absolutely correct. Let us not forget that 70% of the country voted for this. Is it maybe a little bit more rough than people expected? Maybe. Did people expect for the radicalized liberals to be acting out like this? I don't think a lot of people realize that weren't heavily invested into studying how these people act. But now people are seeing, oh my goodness, we share country with a whole bunch of people that have lost their minds and would rather protect criminals and illegals and people with bad intentions rather than protect the American people. It makes no sense. No matter how hard I try, I cannot make this make sense. Their mentality is completely off.
They should still be enforced, and interfering with the enforcement of those laws is literally resisting the will of the American people. You are not the hero you think you are. You're a radicalized Disney-brained adult who thinks that you're the superhero in a movie, when in actuality you've just been brainwashed to fight against your own interests.
The fact that they are using culture wars in order to distract us from their own wrongdoings. They're taking advantage advantage of all of us, obviously. People are leaving the Democratic Party in droves because they are waking up to the fact that they play on your heartstrings on purpose. Democrats give their voters a false sense of moral superiority. We're the party that cares for people. We're the party that's welcoming. We're the party that loves everybody.
It's because they think they are morally at a higher standard than everybody else. They're like, oh, we have the moral high ground. We're better than you because we want to protect people that snuck into the country and do horrendous crimes like throw people over bridges and beat people with rocks. I mean, these are real incidents that happened. So look, the moral high ground thing is ridiculous. Don't let these people fool you.
America was founded on immigrants. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But immigrants who came here legally and contributed to the system. When you import a mass amount of people, at the same time, you're doing it on purpose. You're doing it to destabilize the country's systems, the infrastructure. And then you rely on those same people that you imported for votes to keep you in power. This is why they had open borders. They were importing voters.
See, nobody fought for you this hard. You're a criminal. You got charges against you. They don't want you free. They don't want you on the streets. You're a danger. They don't want you around your family. But look how hard they fighting for illegal criminals to remain free on our streets. And they got the exact same criminal record you got. They got the same charges you got in their country. Same exact charges. They're on our streets for free, getting taken care of by our tax dollars because the Democrats are fighting hard for that. But you're an American citizen. You're an American criminal. You're a danger.
And let's not forget that people do make mistakes. There are a lot of criminals in America that have turned their lives around completely. I've made mistakes when I was young, and a lot of other people have made mistakes in this country and have completely turned their lives around. And it is absolutely disgusting to see the treatment of American citizens versus illegal aliens by the government. It doesn't make any sense until you realize what their agenda is.
You don't belong with your family. This is why you gotta quit voting Democrat. They doing some backward shit. Why won't they fight this hard for an American citizen that has the same record as an illegal in this country with that? Why won't they do that? Nobody knows that answer. Everybody's like, well, an illegal deserves a new chance. An illegal deserves a chance to come over here and start a new life. But an American citizen with the exact same criminal record don't?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they got to serve their time. They got to serve.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair. I agree now why people are getting mad. I was just in the middle, but I know what is good and what is right. But this is crazy. This angle kind of like opened my mind a little bit. That's true. I mean, what if everybody that you guys are trying to say, okay, you guys need to remove them. Okay, I'm not for killing people, okay? Anywhere, shape or form, killing people, losing life, it's not fun. It's not great. But when it happens, the legal system will figure it out about what happened. But for me, I'm looking both sides, okay? Losing people, that's not good. But putting your life on the line, not understanding why you're putting your life on the line, that's dumb, okay? Go on my second channel and you will see I'm probably talk about this subject and why you should not die because of certain things. Even in heaven, they will ask you questions. Why did you die? Watch from link in the description.
Well, how come this illegal ain't got to go back to his country and serve their time? No, he's here. We're going to fight to keep him here. We're going to fight to keep him here. This shit don't make no sense to me. If you are an American criminal or a family member of an American criminal, you should be pissed off. You should be voting Republican right now. Right now. Because the Democrats have shown you they ass.
Yes, they have. And as the lady at the beginning of this video said, they literally used a donkey as their representation. So, I mean, they've already told us who they really are.
Showing you they chess move. Get rid of you. Make you a felon, but keep illegal felons from other country as free citizens with a right to work and provide for their family. Now ain't that
they have allowed people to get out of jail that have committed horrendous crimes here in this country, and they're not even from here. They give them a slap on the wrist and they let people right back out into civilization to commit more heinous crimes. And it happens every day. Every single day when I jump online, I see another horrendous act of violence has happened by an illegal alien doing something horrendous to an American citizen, and half of the time they have already committed a crime and a rogue judge or a crazy liberal judge lets them out, and now another person has had their life taken or something else horrible has happened.
How to survive in this system where even judges and governors and everybody's just against the law itself? That's crazy. How to survive in this system? My mind is. I don't. You guys understand this? You get arrested because you are from a certain political party, and the judge is the opposite because you are protesting against something else. You get in trouble, but if you were in the same, you get a pardon. This is crazy.
Where's the accountability? We need to hold these judges accountable. They're so quick to put Americans in jail, give them harsh sentences, and not provide any way out. They don't want to have any future for people that have made mistakes in their past that are American citizens. But if you're an illegal and you come here, you can commit all the crimes you want, and these people will let you out, and it's very likely they'll give you housing and free health care.
Got a smack in the face.
And food.
To help us coordinate to get violent criminals off the streets. Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hare just a few minutes ago did the opposite of that by omitting the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition. In what looks like a situation, again, where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law.
It's time to send in the military. Trump, it's time to send in the military to lock it down, declare martial law, and send in the military. See, you just like you couldn't do this on a local level, let us as citizens go and try to stop these police or CPD while they're pursuing a criminal who maybe just shot somebody or molested a kid who they were doing their job to go look for a criminal and get a criminal, and we as citizens come and try to stop them. We as citizens come armed and try to stop them and ramming their cars and obstructing them and getting in their way and blowing the whistles and things like that while they're trying to get a criminal. Let us do that on a local level, and we will be in jail. We will have so many charges against us, we probably would never get out. And you think that this is going to be allowed on a federal level where federal officers, we don't even do federal crimes, because we know when the feds come after you, you're going to do all of that fed time. So we don't even play those games as citizens. But you have people who feel like because of Democratic Party, the fake news, and these treasonous politicians have gaslit these people and put batteries in their back and have them thinking that because federal officers are doing their job, just like local police are doing their job getting criminals, the federal officers are doing their job getting illegal alien criminals out of our community and out of our country. And because they are doing their job, the Democratic Party wants them to stop, not do their job, and just let the illegal alien criminals stay here in our communities while they don't have to deal with them. No.
People are mad, man. People are mad. Hey, man, thank you so much. This is the end of the video, but listen to this, man. It has been crazy. It's been crazy. So I'm super happy, super excited. But the thing is, man, I have my second channel where I take a little bit, a different angle when it comes to subject like this. I also take it a little bit further when it comes to spiritual side, so which is not going to be on this channel. They just keep this channel political, conflict, and accountability. But the other one, will be in the link in the description down below, where we are talking about spiritual side of everything that's going on here. And yes, it's a Christian based channel, because I can only offer what I have. I can't give you what I know, what I don't know. For me, just to think about a system where even leaders are already at the opposite of what the law is supposed to be, it's insane. Leaders that are doing the opposite of what the population is it's not like about a population, it's about the law itself. You guys are allegedly stealing. I remember the 2020 though. The 2020 was legit. Okay, feeding our future with the pretending as if we were a kid that was suffering, sending $250 million while people are buying cars and houses, lavish lifestyle. That was crazy. But this one haven't got much. Since it started, it just noises. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Leering Center, my favorite place. I need to send my kid over there. The Leering Center, bro, that's the best place. I think it's closed now, but I'll probably buy it again. Keep it going, Leering Center. It's insane. It's insane. And I understand why black people are mad. I understand why these people are mad now. There is a guy who got deleted, and he's a white guy. So I can't wait for your comment in the description down below. You guys tell me. I haven't heard anything yet. Major thing, not yet. Maybe some podcasts here and there. I think it's just gonna be crazy in the comment section down below, guys. Ooh. Okay, if it was a black guy, I don't think that we could care much. I'm just saying. But hey, it's about blue and red, left and right. But for me, I really see what is in the middle. In the middle for who? For you and I. All this money sent the billions of dollars in Ukraine, while you and I can't afford anything. Food so expensive, while people, they just grab them from another country coming here, pretending we are getting paid the same rate, but they're buying houses. All of a sudden they have these programs flourishing and all that stuff. So what are we doing wrong? Or there is something going on with the Leering Center? Nah, there is something wrong. There is something wrong, okay? And yeah, we just need to talk about it. Let's have a conversation. Let's go to court and all that stuff, and let's figure it out where the money is going. At the same time, I know, the current president, I know, is doing a tremendous job, but sometimes you need to use force. Man, you need to use force. Certain things, even your kid, if you notice that your kid, they're acting up, you would try to, to go a little bit further. Hey, the butt, I'm not saying abusing, no, a little bit, hey, what's up? And if the governors are not cooperating, they're saying, no, the federal, it's crazy how I think, let's think about it. I think they're actually doing a good job, because apparently from just this situation, they were voted to protect the society, the population. For me, that side, I think Tim Walz is doing a great job, because he's literally standing with his governees. Now, let's be honest. From the outside, he's doing a great job. He's standing against the federal so he can protect his governees. He's doing a great job. They voted him for that. And I think if you want to re-elect, he didn't want to, but because he knows why. If he did that for another term, he will pass, because he's doing his exact job. All right, if you're new to this channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's go.